And hi everyone, welcome to Summer, the 18th of March 2022. We're entering episode 168, and during today's Summer I'll be introducing two new products to you. Now the focus on these new products is audio. Just as you're listening to me now, you are getting information from me. In many cultures, audio is used for healing. Audio as in voice and instruments. It's quite amazing when you look at ancient history. They were using audio for just that. And we've got someone from the UK as well. Hi, Tara. Okay, so these two new products which I'll be showcasing today are focusing on audio. One of them will be transferring the audio to a different type of wave, and the other one is producing the audio. Okay, so let's say without much further ado, I've done a bit of talking already just prior to the start of the summer. Let's start my PowerPoint and we'll show the products there. Okay, so this is the new product release that we have. We have got two products for release. We've got the Scalar Harmony. That's the unit on the bottom left-hand side. And we've got Mindful Audio, which is on the right. Scalar Harmony is a way of putting audio into the scalar field. You can use it for sending soothing musical tones or meditative beats. And this is sent via scalar energy to every cell in your body. Because it's through scalar, it's perfectly silent. You do not hear the audio. If you have a radio, an AM radio, you can tune it to the same frequency of the scalar unit, and you can listen to the audio and just confirm that the audio is being transmitted. Now, until now, only individual frequencies could be applied through the scalar field. This involved connecting a generator, a frequency generator, to the modulation port. But now, because we have Scalar Harmony, you can send multiple frequencies which are blended together in harmony directly into the scalar field. These are the general specifications of the Scalar Harmony. It's not a large unit. I've got one here, still boxed up. It's Scalar Harmony. What you will receive when you order Scalar Harmony is the unit itself, an audio cable. The audio cable has got 4 different types of input ports, so you can connect phones, MP3 players, computers, quite a few appliances, and of course you can connect Mindful Audio. There's a locating button which you can use to ensure that Scalar Harmony is positioned correctly. There's a template to help you position the button, and there's a user manual as well. Scalar Harmony has got a well here. It's a recess. It allows you to still use Scalar for molecular modulation, which is another favorite way of applying healing information into the scalar field. You can place a vial of some substance into that well, and the effects of that substance will be sent through the field. On the underside of Scalar Harmony, there's a hole which locates over the button that we saw in the previous page. And that makes sure that the orientation of the unit is correct. And there's an electrical connection, an audio connection at the end of the handle. This is the cable in more detail. The types of inputs it can accept is RCA cable, which is used quite often for amplifiers. If you do connect it to an amplifier, you'd want to use the preamplifier input. It requires only a small volume. There's a general 3.5mm pin connector, which is quite often used for old phones, MP3 players, computers, very, very common. There's a USB type connector as well, USB-C, and that's used commonly with Android phones. And there's a connector as well, which is for the iPhone. So most phones can connect straight in. The idea is you plug in the phone and then you play the audio. Whatever audio is being played on the phone will be sent through the scalar field. On the side of Scalar Harmony, there's a test switch. If you wish to listen to the audio or just confirm that the audio is being transferred to the unit, you turn the switch on. The sound will be very quiet. It mustn't be very loud. It's normal to be quiet. You can leave it on or you can turn it off during operation. If you leave it on, it doesn't affect the efficiency. So what sort of benefits can Spooky2 Scalar Harmony offer? Well, it introduces a new way of listening to music and healing tones. Instead of listening through your ears, you're listening through every cell of your body. You can enjoy the music, audio, and the therapeutic effect of rife audio frequencies directly. It helps you feel relaxed, concentrated, and energetic while you're in the scalar field. Boosts your energy levels and strengthens your natural healing power. And yeah, it just fits nicely into the unit. It's a lovely little accessory to add to your scalar rig. Now I want to tell you a little story. When we first started using Scalar, the effects were very strong. I had my first dreams in colour. I'd wake up feeling supercharged. After about, I don't know, maybe a month or so, I didn't feel the effects so strong. I guess it was because my body had reached a higher plateau of health. With a scalar field, your body absorbs what it needs and disregards the rest. So I guess my body had received what it needed. But when you use an audio signal within the field, audio is changing all the time. It's not always the same fixed field. So you can send, for example, a healing mantra and through the scalar field one day, and the next day you might choose a different. You might want to even just do something simple like play your favorite song for the next day, and your body will not become accustomed to the same signal. It will be changing. The information is the important thing. Okay, how to use Spooky2. Oops. Oh, how do I play this? How to use the Scalar Harmony. This is a video that we've prepared for you, which I will get to as soon as I can work out how to do it.
How to use Scalar Harmony, unpacking, connecting, and more. Hi! In this video, we will demonstrate a step-by-step procedure of how to turn on your Spooky2 Scalar Harmony and start your first relaxing session. Inside your Scalar Harmony pack, you will receive a Spooky2 Scalar Harmony, a user manual, a locating button with sticker on one side, a button template for assisting a precise placement of the locating button, and a multiple input audio cable. You can play instrumental music, solfeggio frequencies, and write healing programs via Scalar Harmony. Also, if you are an advanced Scalar user, you can combine molecular scalar energy with Scalar Harmony. Scalar Harmony has the molecular modulation perfectly built in on its handle. You can place a glass containing a few drops of essential oil on the place shown below. Before you connect your Scalar Harmony to an audio source, please set up your Scalar unit first. Place the transmitter and receiver on either side of a chair or a bed. Try to keep them as far apart as possible. Connect the 12V power adapter to the transmitter power port. Plug the link cable into the transmitter and receiver link connectors. Try to keep the link cable away from metallic objects.
I would add not to have any loops in the link cable. Just try and keep it straight.
Turn on and tune the transmitter. New versions of Spooky2 Scalar are already prepared for Scalar Harmony. If you purchase Spooky2 Scalar after February 23rd, 2022, you can jump straight to 3 minutes, 38 seconds. If you purchase Spooky2 Scalar before this date, you can perform the next simple steps to upgrade Spooky2 Scalar yourself. Then, place your Scalar Harmony at the correct location shown on the receiver plate. Please use the locating button and the button template provided to assist you. Place the button template on the receiver plate so the switch button fits neatly inside the hole of the template. And make sure the other hole is right on top of the small white circle on the receiver plate. On every locating button, there is a double-sided sticker. Peel off the white coat of the sticker. Carefully place and stick the locating button inside the other hole of the button template. The sticker is quite hard to remove once it sticks to the receiver plate, so be sure to fasten it in the correct position. When the locating button is firmly stuck to the receiver plate, remove the button template and place Spooky2 Scalar Harmony on the receiver coil. The locating button should fit snugly into the small hole under the handle. Plug the audio input into the audio input port. Plug the other end of the cable into the headphone output of your audio device. In this video, I will use an iPhone as an example. Plug the Lightning cable into the Lightning USB port on the iPhone. Open a music player app on the iPhone. Choose a music or song to play. Here, I will select an instrumental music. Make sure the sound of the iPhone is not on mute. It is best to keep the audio player and cables away from the Spooky2 scalar unit during use. Now, you may relax and enjoy the magic of Scalar Harmony. Thank you for watching this video.
And in case you're wondering, you're not the only person that noticed those gloves. Aren't they beautiful? But anyway, that was a good presentation of the Scalar Harmony. You don't need to keep the sound on. You can turn it off and still have the audio being transferred through the scalar field. Okay, so this is pretty much what was covered during the course of the video. So I won't spend too much time with this, but it just shows through stills how you set up the, how you install, how you plug in, how you stick the button onto the main the front of the receiver unit, and how you place it on and turn it on. Okay, so that is what we covered during the video. Now, mindful audio. This is our other device that we're announcing today. It's an audio player. It's not magic, but it's really good. It's good because it can do a lot. It can act as a remote speaker for your computer. It can act, it's got Bluetooth, so you can send music to it from your phone. It's also got an audio, well, it's got a lot of features. So this is the controls for it here. It does have a loudspeaker on it as well. So you can just use it as a normal player. It looks quite complicated with the explaining the buttons here, but I'll show you how simple it is in real terms. When you turn it on, it will start playing music straight away. When the SD card is inserted, the audio will play the music automatically that is saved on the SD card. And if there's no card, Mindful Audio will automatically turn on Bluetooth. So it tries to find the music source. There's a switch button that you can use to change between the SD card, Bluetooth, or computer speaker mode, as the case may be. So you insert the SD card after turning the device on. No, you don't. You turn the device on after inserting the SD card. That is not right. You don't turn it on before you insert the card. You turn the unit off, put the card on, and then turn it back on again. Connect the USB cable to the computer and short press the download button. This is explaining how to load music onto the card. And when the screen shows PC, you can transfer the audio directly from your computer using File Manager. The card will appear as a disk, a new disk on your computer. You can just transfer straight away. Now, you don't need to do that. For every Mindful Audio shipped, we preload the SD card. And we've preloaded it with the audio tracks that we consider the most important tracks for healing. The healing is taken from different angles. We will go into the contents of the SD card very shortly. but you just choose any audio track and receive the positive energy and life-changing inspiration from that track. You can use mindful audio as a background music for your bedroom, living area. It creates a healing ambience. And of course, you can send it through Scalar Harmony. So you get the benefits of the sound directly to your DNA in every single cell of your body. Okay, now let's go through the tracks that are on the SD card as it's shipped. The first track is deep sleep and relaxing music. Let go of worries, fear, anger, and sadness. It's a meditation type audio track. When you do relax or you sleep, that's when your body heals best. A lot of people, of course, do have problems sleeping, so we included a full sleep fast track for helping people who suffer from insomnia. There's many health conditions which make it hard to sleep, and this track has been designed to help you to fall asleep very quickly. Let's keep in mind as I go through this list, you can play all of these through Scalar Harmony silently. So if you're sleeping with your partner, it won't keep your partner awake or disturb their sleep. It won't. You can have it so the audio switch is turned off on Scalar Harmony, so the effects of these tracks go straight to your cells and bypass your ears or your audio reception. Okay, the next one is a mindful meditation. It's a guided audio track where it helps you become aware of your body, mind, and environment, and helps also to release your stress. The fourth one is a very good one. It's a guide for brainwave quantum healing. It's a guided meditation to another level. Number 5 is the Ho'oponopono. In my previous seminar, we had a Ho'oponopono expert with us, Martha, to explain to us the benefits of Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian mantra, I suppose you could call it. It has nothing to do with any form of religion, but it instills the ideals that religion offers us of forgiveness and love. They're the two main messages that are within this mantra, and it does go deeper than that. I wanted to share with you a news item that was on CNN News, and hopefully this will highlight just how good Ho'oponopono is, and what it can do. It was written by John Blake, a reporter from CNN. Paige Dana is a woman who is pregnant with a child. She contracted the coronavirus, COVID-19, and her health plummeted. Indeed, she was given a 5% chance of survival at one point. She thought she was going to die. The doctors implored her to sleep, They said, if you don't go to sleep, you are going to die. You can't heal yourself if your brain can't sleep, which is what I was explaining before. But Dana was so fearful. She thought if she went to sleep, she would never wake up. In the end, she fought back her panic and closed her eyes. She thought it was the end and her world went dark. But it's just the beginning of her story. Now, people who have near-death experiences quite often see angels, light at the end of the tunnel, and people that they loved, long lost loved ones. Dana also saw angels around her, but her angels were real-world angels. They were the doctors and nurses trying to keep her above ground. She was very close to death. The nurse who was patiently cleaning up after her was covered. After she had covered herself with vomit and blood, a pastor came by the ICU and recited her the Lord's Prayer and cried with her. She was so close to death. Now we're going to talk about the Ho'oponopono, a prayer for the living. She'd already had her vaccination and she was just about to get a second shot when she became sick. She started to hallucinate, and when she was taken off her ventilator, she lost all sensation of her body and found herself floating above herself, looking down at doctors working on her. She couldn't even feel her own baby. During this time, somehow, she texted a friend. She doesn't know how she did it because she was in a semi-comatose state. She sent this message to her friend: I think I'm dead. I can't feel my body. I must be a ghost. Her friend texted back, you're alive. You're alive. Trust me on this. You've been under for about 12 days. For 12 days, she had been in this comatose state. Her friend gave her something very, very valuable. 4 short sentences. She told her to just say it over and over in her mind. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Nothing else. Just keep on repeating those 4 short sentences. Dana says that those 4 sentences saved her life. It says it helped bring her mind, body, and spirit together. So those 4 sentences are Ho'oponopono. The way I say it is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. She's still not 100%, but her child was born. And there she is with her child. Isn't that beautiful? So the power of words, the power of thought is immense. And Dana was gifted Ho'oponopono by her friend via text. So Ho'oponopono is one of the tracks which is on the memory card. So let's have a look. Back to my PowerPoint. So that was this one here. the number 5. Now, it's quite interesting, and I was just contemplating this a couple of days ago. Now, the Hawaiian healing goes back thousands of years, but going back possibly even further is Chinese healing. And when you look at the two side by side, they're incredibly similar. So there's a Chinese version, which is sacred. And so we included this one as well. Now, for both Ho'oponopono and Chinese healing, we suggest to also use brainwave quantum healing track as well, which is the track number 4, or even the previous 3 tracks. They work together. So perhaps you might play one and then the other. Okay, there's a energy healing sutra. Sutra is a sacred text, and there's a energy healing one. There's one which is for general energy healing. There's one which is the Great Compassion, and there's a third one, track number 9, which is gratitude to parents. If there is a toxicity between yourself and your parents, this is quite often reflected in your general well-being. There's a 4th sutra, there's a medical healing sutra, the 5th one, and there's a 6th one as well. So you can explore those. Okay, in track number 13, that's the start of several tracks which were created by Yangjing Lamu. Yangjing is a Grammy Award winning spiritual author, songwriter, musician, a very gifted woman. The first Grammy Award winner for healing music. She has created tracks, audio tracks, which have different functions. The track which she won the Grammy Award was track number 17, Words for Wish Fulfillment. I'll be playing these tracks in a short while, and you can hear for yourself just how beautiful they are. Okay, now for about a year now, almost a year, we have been sending out free books with our orders. Some people, perhaps most people, will be surprised to see with their order they received this book. It's not a small book, it's quite substantial. And the name of the book is titled LiaoFan's 4 Lessons. The audio tracks which are remaining on the SD card are an audiobook version of this. So you can send the book through the Scalar field or listen to it directly using Mindful Audio. This book was written by a man, not a special man, just an ordinary person. I forget when he did it, but it was a long time ago. I wonder if it says it in the introduction. Around the 1500s, early 1600s perhaps, this book was written. It wasn't written for everybody, it was written by a man for his children. I think it was his son or sons. And what the book contains is the life experiences of this man that he wanted to pass to his children. He considered it too important for it to be lost through the transition of a generation. Rather than just have it in audio history, he decided to put pen to paper. This man, he was a Chinese person, so it was written in Chinese. This book has been translated to many different languages. The version that we sent out was the bilingual version, so it's got both the original text and the English text accompanying it. The underlying message of this book is that a person's fate isn't fixed in stone. Have you ever wondered how sometimes you just have a whole lot of bad luck and it can go for the whole duration of your life? Things just don't seem to work out. You never win the lottery. You're always losing things. You've had bad luck with your health, a whole lot of things. Well, this book explains what you can do about it. And it does so in a way which is quite interesting. It's got nothing to do again with religion or evil spirits or anything, but it really opens up your mind and makes you realize, well, maybe there is something I can do to change this deck of hands I've been given. All these bad luck cards I've been given. You can turn fate around. If you have a lot of bad luck, just pure bad luck, and it's not your fault, and it truly could be not because of your fault, read this book or listen to these audio tracks, and you can understand why I'm trying to explain to you how you can change things for the better. So that's the book that will be that's on the audio track. Some people prefer to listen rather than read themselves, and this allows you to do that. And that's a blank page, and that's another blank page. Okay, and you can play music by selecting the tracks. You can select the track number directly, or you can skip to the track number. You can play music from the SD card, you can repeat songs, you can play it once, you can play them all. But this is all advanced stuff. You don't need to worry about it. You will be getting a user manual when you receive this unit. So don't worry too much about this. And I'll show you just quickly in a short while how you use it. And you can, because it does Bluetooth, you can play anything via Bluetooth directly through to this mindful audio. And the mindful audio can be connected to your Scalar Harmony. So Scalar can now accept audio sources from pretty much everywhere. And of course, you can do it straight. Oh, okay, here we're talking about Bluetooth pairing, so you can play audio straight from your computer. You can actually use mindful audio as a computer speaker. If your computer hasn't got a very good speaker, or you just want to use mindful audio as the speaker, you can do so. And here it's like one of these, tele commercials, which go on for hours and hours. And wait, there's more, with these knives that never go blunt. There's a flashlight at the end as well, at the side of it. And there's a shutdown timer. Let's say you're playing an audio and you're going to go to sleep. You wouldn't want to, if you have the audio playing, maybe you don't want to have the audio playing all night. We can automatically turn it off. You can set the duration here. Okay, and just like the telly commercials who've got special offers, today only, and tomorrow, and the next day only as well, and the day after that only, right up till the 30th of April, we are selling this for a special price of $169 with, actually, I don't know the regular price. How embarrassing is that? But the special offer is $169, and with every one that is sold, will be including a mindful audio, which is worth much more than $49, but we had to put a number on it, so it's $49. You also get a month of Frequency Hills membership for free. This unit has a battery compartment. We do not ship with the battery. Now, before you get so disappointed, I'll explain why, first of all. If we shipped with a battery, the mode of shipping is both much more expensive and it's much slower. So we've decided to not include the battery, but show where the battery can be purchased. The battery is a 18650 battery. It sounds unusual, but it is a standard size battery. It's a large battery, and they're not so expensive. If we were to include the battery, the price of the unit would have doubled. And this wasn't acceptable. So we decided to keep the price down, and then you can buy the battery locally. Of course, you can use mindful audio without the battery just by having it plugged into a power source via the USB port. But with a battery, it's more portable. Battery lasts between 4 and 5 hours. So you can buy this battery from Amazon or other electronic supply stores. You can buy it cheaper than this price on eBay. It doesn't need to be anything special. Just any rechargeable battery. It must be rechargeable, but I believe the 18650 is always a rechargeable battery. But just check just before pressing the buy now button. This is our Frequency Hills website. We've got a large number of healing audio tracks which are designed to help you rest, connect your body with your mind, with your soul, with your spirit, and help you on your path to healing. The tracks have been are ideal for playing through Scalar Harmony. So you can download the tracks, put them directly onto your mindful audio player, or just keep them on your phone and play them from your phone. And that ends the presentation. For now, I'd like to do a demonstration of mindful audio, which involves me setting up another camera. So I'll stop the sharing and I'll choose a different camera. It's very easy to use mindful audio. Just turn the power switch on here. It will start playing automatically. This is our beautiful Ho'oponopono track. If you want it louder, volume up, or quieter, volume down. audios like this make it very easy for you to go to sleep. You can place mindful audio next to your pillow on the bed and play the healing, gentle audio tracks. Ho'oponopono is a track for healing, forgiveness, and love. If you want to change to a different track, you can either jump forwards or jump back, or you can select the track number directly. So for example, track number 15, you just press 1, 5. After a short pause, track number 15 will start. All of the tracks on Mindful Audio have been very carefully selected and created for healing. To turn it off, just push the on-off button again. So it's very simple to use. That's basically what you do. Just choose the track number and it starts playing. Of course, you can fast forward and rewind and loop it and time down and do other things like this. And yeah, there's a lot you can do with audio. The healing potential of audio is immense, which is why we have focused on these audio products. We believe so strongly about the healing of audio, and even with Ho'oponopono, we've included the Ho'oponopono mantra at the back of each product. People that have got no hope can use Ho'oponopono to allow miracles to happen. Ho'oponopono can be used to solve problems, real-world problems. The person who developed Ho'oponopono, he caused a hospital to close down, a high security mental ward to close down because there was no need for the hospital anymore. The people that he worked with became better. That in itself sounds quite remarkable, but this doctor never treated these people face to face. He didn't see these people to treat them. So he was using the Ho'oponopono method to do this healing for the people. It's if you want to learn more about Ho'oponopono, please watch my previous seminar where I have Martha, the Ho'oponopono expert, to discuss the finer details. But this is on already the Mindful Audio memory card. So that concludes the presentation, the formal presentation. Now there's been a few questions come through, so I'll just go through them now. Okay, Rhonda has asked me, does this mean we need to have the scalar first, like the scalar generator? If you have the Scalar Harmony, this is designed to work only with a scalar device. What it does, it superimposes the audio through the scalar field. So the answer to that is yes, you do need to have the scalar device before you can use this. it cannot be used as a frequency imprinter coil, even though it looks like that kind of device. However, you don't need to have Scalar to use the mindful audio. You can use this just as you'd use a radio, I suppose. Just have it playing next to your pillow as you're lying down, as you're just drifting off to sleep. It's a beautiful way to go to sleep, actually, just with this beautiful ambience surrounding you. The guided meditation is also wonderful. If you do want to do meditation, and perhaps you're just learning, the guided meditation is wonderful. And it gives instructions on how to relax different parts of your body as one by one. Until you're drifting in bliss, you're in the right kind of zone. So you don't need to have any other device to use this. Okay, does Harmony work with Generator X or on its own? Spooky Harmony does not need to have any generator. In fact, it doesn't accept generator input. It's a standalone accessory for Scalar with a hole on the end for accepting audio inputs. Okay, so no generators, no computer programs are used. Ramakrishna asks, does mindful audio come with an SD card and an MP3 list on it? Well, yes, it does, and that's what I've shown you before. And the tracks I've been playing now are from the SD card. And what is the size of the SD card in terms of holding amount of songs? Well, let's have a look. It's 4 gigabytes. This is a demonstration model, but I believe that the one shipped will be also 4 gigabytes, which is a huge amount of information. That's as much as a DVD. So it can hold many hours of audio, many days possibly of audio. Can we scan on the screen to see what programs we have and then select from there to play what we want? I don't know, there's no facility. For every track there's a number, and you just choose the number. It doesn't have the name of the track as it's playing.
It also provided living.
I'll turn the volume down. It's just, the presentation is just the time. If I change it to number 18, for example, there's no name on the display. It's just a numerical display. Okay, and okay, I've already answered about whether we need to have Spooky2 Scalar. Okay, David McKenzie has asked a question via Facebook. Is it important to play the 432 Hertz note A? 432 Hertz is a healing frequency. But this is getting back to a single note as opposed to a harmonic tune. Yes, 432 is healing. But if you want to go to the next level, you use tones. And so a tone, a musical track that is based on the 432 Hertz is certainly very desirable, especially through using Scalar. What is the name of the book? The book is LiaoFan's 4 Lessons. Many of you will already have this book, and hopefully you haven't thrown it away. We don't, sometimes we give things unannounced, And we did that in this case. So for a whole year, we've been giving away these books and not telling people they're going to receive them. But just always remember, we're doing this for the goodness of humanity. It's got nothing to do with religion or anything like this. It's all about healing and love and forgiveness. Okay, just keep that in mind as you read that book. That's what it's all about. And you can buy it separately, Andrea. You can buy it separately. Okay. And okay, still scrolling through the chat sections, and Yura has posted in the chat section two links. If you're interested in the Scalar Harmony and Mindful Audio, you can click on Spooky2Scalar.com, and you can also click on FrequencyHeals.com for more information. Jan has asked or made the comment that she tried to place an order for Mindful Audio, and it did not mention the 3 months free Frequency Heals. Will it show up later? Jan, one thing we, Spooky, is really bad at is giving things away or selling things at below cost when things are really valuable. Valuable means not necessarily a monetary value, okay? This 3 months free or Frequency Heals, believe me, you will get it if you place an order. There'd be no way that we'd say, aha, we got the order now, we're not going to give you the 3 months free. Now, Spooky2 is not a massive corporation. We haven't got a large number of staff, so very likely the website has not been updated to reflect that point. But you can have my personal guarantee you will get your 3 months of Frequency Heals. And I've already made a mental note to see the person who looks after our website and ensure that that is on that page. So don't worry, Jan, we will never, ever take advantage. You've seen this sometimes during coffee time. We have that spinning wheel, right? We have the wheel that we spin and we give things away for nothing. We do that because we want people to become interested and involved. Once people receive these gifts, they will try them and they will get better themselves, and hopefully they'll pass it forwards to their friends and family so they'll become better as well. But my point is that you've seen us change. One time we had a 5% discount, and we decided during the coffee time that 5% was pretty tight-fisted. So we took a Donald Trump marker and we made it 15%. And so no, the website would have still said 5% or whatever, but we did it right, okay? We don't ever take advantage of people. Okay, Bev. Hi, Bev. I didn't notice that you'd come on again. Did you get my email? Can you help us at all? Thanks, Bev. Bev, I did get your email. I haven't spent any time on it because I've been so busy in preparation for this summit today. So I'll get back to you possibly within the hour or two. Can you lubricate without physically pressing the buttons? No. If you press play, Mindful Audio will sequentially play all the tracks. If you press one button, which is the loop button, it's got a loop symbol there, it will loop that track. So it's not too complicated. Not as bad as what it looked like in the presentation, which has words and arrows pointing everywhere, just like an instructions manual. You don't know what to start with. It's not that bad. The icons are pretty self-explanatory. The volume button has got volume, VOL, written on it. So it's pretty easy. Is there someone I can make an appointment? This is what happens when I do too much talking. Is there someone I can make an appointment with to figure out what to purchase of all the Spooky2 items and how to use them? If you go to Spooky2 mall.com, it's probably, no, I tell a lie, an unintentional lie. If you go to Spooky2support.com, you'll come to the Spooky2 support website. If you sit on your hands for a little while, a little chat box will come in the bottom right-hand corner. When that happens, it means you've got a real human there and they want to talk with you. And they're concerned that you haven't pressed any buttons on your keyboard. So if you do that, you'll get a real humanoid there and you can ask whatever you want about Spooky2 and the products. Our support team are highly trained and they can help you make any purchase decisions and also how to use them, point you in the right direction and get you started. Now, sometimes things are scary, in particular a lot of the generators that we have, they're complicated because they're very capable. So we've got websites set up for teaching people how to get started. Okay. Kim is asking, how do you know what is stored in each track? You can view the tracks on your computer. If you connect your computer to the USB port with the SD card already inserted and the unit turned on, at that time you can see the track names and know what is on the SD card. Mary is asking, or it's a comment, I'm a bit confused. What is the monthly fee for? Thanks, Mary. The monthly fee is for access to all the audio tracks that we have there. To be fair, my personal involvement in that website or in most of the websites have been zero. But I do know that the audio that is available on the website has taken a lot of man hours, effort and equipment to get created. So I guess the monthly fee is to help pay for that. Another thing, Mary, is that we as a corporation, as a big uncaring corporation, we've got a habit of charity where we put profits into charity groups. The charity can be orphanages, it can be hospitals, it can be even setting up hospitals in areas that don't have one. And for education, for a lot of things, for people that are less fortunate than ourselves. And we as a company, in the very beginning, we were very hesitant in charging for anything, really. But then we came to realize that if we do so, the people that are paying, that because that money is going to the charities, they themselves are contributing directly to the charities. We've got a website somewhere that outlines some of the causes that we're supporting and continue support with the $1 One Love, which has become $2 because that's what we do. And everything that you buy from us has a great portion going to charity. You'd be surprised. Unfortunately, unless one of my team can let me know now what the website is, then I could give it to you in the summer. That would, then you come to realise that everything that you buy from us or get from us, we put to a good cause, good use. Josephine is asking, do I do private sessions? I'd love to. Really, I'd love to. but there's only me and there's one or two of you. Well, there's quite a few of you actually. Not you, but a lot of Spooky2 users. Yes, I am an expert on Spooky2. Yes, I did write the software, create the hardware, and all of this. But because of that, all my focus has got to be on that. If I didn't have 100% focus on the creation of these types of devices, then we'd be still stuck into the early days of the so-called Rife machines, which are just glorified generators and nothing else. Okay. Parody is saying, you can't hear me too well, I'm too soft. I'm sorry. I'm a quiet person. I'll try and bring the microphone closer. I'll speak closer to the microphone. Sorry for that. Okay. Will I add the Scalar Harmony adapter on the future Scalar devices? We don't plan to have. I see what you mean. You're asking if we create a new Scalar device, will it accept Harmony, or will it be part of it? We've had Spooky Scalar out for a number of years now, and we haven't found any way to improve it. It's been quite a good device. So we don't plan to make a Spooky Scalar version 2 in the foreseeable future, which means for 1 or 2 years. And even then, I don't see any real need for it. If something works extremely well, I can't see any reason to change it. So I guess the answer is no. I'm not being secretive like I normally am with projects. I truly don't have any plans. I do have plans of doing other things with scalar fields, but it wouldn't be this kind of healing kind of application. It's more to do with destructing pathogens. So I can say with all honesty, I don't plan to add this adapter to any future Scalar devices, and there's no Scalar devices in the horizon coming up. Yeah, I mean, there might be, but at this point in time, I don't plan to do it. It'll be a completely different kind of Scalar device. Okay, Ramakrishna is asking, what is the mechanism? Like, how does the Scalar Harmony work? Well, what it does, it superimposes the audio in a special way on the receiver coil. The receiver coil converts an EMF signal to a scalar field. A scalar field is a non-Hertzian field, but we're introducing a Hertz into a non-Hertzian field. It does that through a form of modulation. It's not a form of modulation like an amplitude modulation, which is the modulation port that we have on the transmitter box. It's not, so it's not audio modulation, it's not a frequency modulation, it's more like a superimposing modulation. Bit complex, but it's basically the way it does it. It does kind of convert the audio into a scalar wave within the scalar field. Okay, and you're asking, can you place any audio player on the scalar receiver? No, you can't. You can't. Okay. And Tom is also mentioning about my quietness. I'm sorry. In fact, 2 summers ago, it was terrible, my audio. I must apologize for that. I don't know what went wrong. So Kim is asking, if we download our own programs, Should we keep track of the number that was assigned so you can find it in the future? Yes. If you download an audio and put it onto your memory card, keep a track of the track number that's on the card, so you do know which track it is. Can we add frequency over standard music meditation to change the frequencies for healing? Yes, you can. It's off. You can do a tremendous amount. It's very flexible. You can even, on your memory card, put a single frequency in and apply a single frequency via the Scalar audio. You can do that directly, just a single frequency. Okay, Andrea Lynn is saying, am I understanding this correctly? The harmony diffuses individual tones silently within the scalar field. Almost right, Andrea. Diffuses is a good term to use, I guess, but it's not individual. It's all grouped together. It's all simultaneously. It's as you are listening to me now. My voice is a combination of a multitude of different tones, and they're continuously changing. It's the way that Scalar Harmony works. Pardon me. Gosh, 55 new messages. What do we need for 2 people to use in the same house? We have had in our apartment Scalar, the transmitter in one bedroom and the receiver way on the other side of the house. We extended the link cable. We were very careful the way we routed the cable so it didn't go close to any metal or any metal object. And so the whole house was enveloped within the scalar field. Then, if you place this on the scalar and played your audio, every person within the house was receiving the beneficial frequencies from the scalar field. Gail Gibbs passes a comment. She has sent to so many people and helped them to set up their machines, and she'd like to receive the book. Maybe you've twisted our arm, Gail. We ship it with accessories because then it's not much of an extra cost for shipping, especially if the accessory is larger than the book. And this is why we include it. We haven't shipped the book separately. And if the book is actually available online for free, and I think in one of our sites and other places as well. But many people like just to read a book, sit down and turn the pages. Okay. Yura has said the book will be sent out to our customers by random. Well, it's not really random, but if you order things that are larger, then we do include the book. And she passes the comment, if you leave a note and with us, we'll send it to you with your order. Bev is asking, if you're using Harmony, can you use a substance at the same time? Now, Bev is asking a very good question. If you're running an audio through this accessory, can you put something into the molecular well? And the answer is yes. Yeah, you can, and that's why we did it. You can do both simultaneously. In fact, it's a good idea to do so. Will the programs on Frequency Heals YouTube ever be on the Frequency Heals website? I don't know, Kim. As I said earlier, I don't have any personal involvement with websites, including the Facebook websites. I'm just too busy doing the hardware and the software development. So I can't give an answer. So unless your places the answer in the chat box, I can't give you an answer now. Okay. Thanks, Mary, for your positive comment. Well, they're all positive. I'm not cherry picking them. Okay. 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 And there's a Telegram group. Oh, okay, great. Just search for Spooky2 in the Telegram. In China, we can't do Telegram. It's one of those sites which is very tightly blocked. And Telegram, as far as my understanding is, it needs a phone to register, and phones are locked out, and the VPN doesn't work, and it's pretty difficult. But Penny has given the Telegram group is https://t.me/rife-spooky2. That's one word, rife-spooky2. That's our Telegram group. And hopefully Telegram is a little bit more robust than the other groups, which tend to be dropped, like the Yahoo groups, especially the Rife and Healing Yahoo groups. There's things you just can't mention there. You can't speak the truth. You've got to work around, use substitute words. Okay, and okay. Taz. I'll read out Taz's comment. It's a little bit long, but it's worth it. Taz writes, I'm part of a new global company who are very ethical and want to help as many people as possible globally with their health and their wealth. They are setting up health hubs globally, and I've suggested that they purchase your equipment. They're about to open their first health hub in the UK. We will then be duplicating this and taking it globally. It's quite a good idea, isn't it? Hubs will be very beneficial for all parties if we can arrange a meeting with the CEO so he can fully understand the power of Spooky2 equipment directly via a Zoom meeting. Would this be something you can facilitate? Well, Taz, yes it is. It's a noble cause and we're behind it. Okay. And Ramakrishna says that they are wanting to add some sort of audio to Scalar, and this was perfect timing. So I'm pleased that we had it. We managed to develop it on time. Is there any cautions we need to be aware with Scalar and Scalar Harmony? Not really. I mean, there's I guess you're asking me about health cautions. Everyone is different. Everyone has different health issues. Always listen to your body. If your body's saying, no, this is too much, just stop and give yourself a bit of a break. So this doesn't just apply with Harmony or Scalar. It applies to anything you do with your body, including medicines that you may take or herbs. Sometimes you need to take things slowly, but I can tell you that Scalar is a very gentle form of healing, pretty much like Spooky Remote, where it does things gently and quietly. I find that audio is, I've not managed to get any Herx reactions whilst running Harmony. I think it's probably because it's speaking the same language as us, which is audio. It's not, if you modulate a signal, for a start, the word modulation sounds complicated. If you listen to a modulated signal with your ears, usually you can't hear it because your body is not a demodulator. It's not a machine. It's a biological life. And so this sends the information in the same language as our bodies. And so maybe that is also why it tends to be more gentle. is there an issue with spring mattresses? Well, Tara, not really. I guess you shouldn't jump on them. Apart from that, no, spring mattresses have got metal underneath them, but if you have the scalar devices far away from the bed, I can't see any problem. Each spring will tend to absorb the field. But I can't see any problem. In fact, a lot of mattresses have got springs, and beds have got metal frames as well. Generally, so long as you keep the link cable away from the mattress or any other metal, there's no problem, and it certainly won't be detrimental to your health. And Prade, Thomas, you said that you forgot to mention the house has 2 stories. That's not a problem, especially once you get the boxes quite far apart and tuned. The scalar field passes through anything reinforced concrete, and reinforced concrete has got metal railings and other things which block most signals like Wi-Fi or cell phone, but scalar fields go straight through that, so long as you can establish the tuning point. And the critical thing is the link cable. You've got to make sure that the link cable does not go close to metal. Okay. Holly, you're naughty. Holly, because you're naughty, I'm going to tell you your surname. You're in my sights now. Holly Hedberg. You ask, I'm going to ask what everyone wants to know. Do you have no wrinkles on your face? You look like a baby face. You know, there's a touch-up facility in Zoom, and I don't know whether it's on or off, but for just to put the record straight, I'll have a look now, video, and I'll turn, oh, it was on. This is off. This is me without my filter. Let's see what I look like. That's me without my filter, okay? So not bad, but it's got the shadow on that side. So this is why I'll turn it back on again. So yeah, the shadow's not so bad. But I'm not a wrinkly person. I'm not a wrinkly person, okay? But hey, look, I've got all of the spooky equipment at my fingertips. I'm running I've got a preset in Spooky2 to reverse aging, and I run that one non-stop via remote. And yeah, maybe that's why. Who knows? But I'm not a wrinkly person, no. And don't tell me, Laura, you're thinking the same. Oh no, you guys you're ganging up on me. Yeah, and I'm not bad for a 20-year-old. We'll just keep it at that. Okay, let's change. Moving on. Okay. Yes. Yura is repeating again the audio tracks. I wonder in the manual whether we have the audio tracks. That's I'd have to look on the Mindful Audio book, which is probably in the Mindful Audio box. Let's see if we list the audio tracks on the instructions. These are the instructions. Oh, wow. Why is there 3? Yeah. Manual. Oh, different things. Oh, yes. There's a booklet saying mentioning the preloaded music, and there it is, the list there. Because these products have to pass inspections before they go into your letterboxes. We've got to be very vague in some areas. We've got to be careful what we say. So we've called it music, okay? Music tracks. Jay says, I heard mattresses have negative imprints. It depends what level you want to go to in the discussion, Jay. Mattresses, I believe that sometimes some things have got negative imprints, if you want to call it, and not necessarily mattresses. Just some things just seem to have bad vibes, and I can't give a reason why they do. And I guess mattresses as well, sure. But also the scalar field's a cleansing field. So I don't expect, by the end of it, the mattress you'll be healing yourself plus the mattress. For a scalar field to have information in it, the information has to be introduced before or whilst the scalar field is being created. Okay, 2 items within the scalar field, the information does not transfer between the 2 units because of the scalar field, because there's no upstream or downstream. The scalar field is a stationary field. You can think of it like a soap bubble that's just float. It's never the case because they're always moving, but imagine it was stationary, a spherical soap bubble. Well, that's like a scalar field. Because there's no movement, you won't get information from one part of the bubble to the other part of the bubble. But if that bubble has had, for example, a dye added to the soap, so it's red, it's now a red bubble. The whole bubble is red, and anything that passes or is within the bubble will be red. Kind of a good analogy. Well, with the scalar harmony, it's making the whole field have the information of the audio. That's that's not bad for an impromptu analogy to explain how it's different. Okay, and Rhonda says goodbye. Bye, Rhonda. And okay. And Kim, you're asking whether some other audio tracks will be on the website. I believe it's still growing, so quite possibly, yes. Okay. Tara, you're asking, will scalar field have a positive effect on any negative Wi-Fi, 5G, and so on? The quick answer from me is I don't know. I know that if my body is stronger and healthier, it can better withstand negative things. I can bounce all day with energy because I have healing devices to use on myself. You wouldn't know it, but for the last few days, I've had a cold. I started one evening, I started getting a tickly throat, so I straight away go to my Spooky rig and start up some programs so I can stop myself from being sick. And I did. So now I've just got phlegm. I've got 77 new. I'm going behind, guys. Slow down on the messages. So now I've got the energy. I'm feeling 100%. I've still got a bit of phlegm in my throat, but I'm not feeling sick at all. And it's nice to be able to share equipment that can do healing for other people as well. In a way, everything that we sell is passing blessings to me. So bye. But it also passes blessings to all the people that we support as a company. Okay, I'm going to try and go really quickly. Can we imprint harmony tracks into crystals? Yeah, you can. Why not? You'd put the crystal on the transmitter coil because that's how we transfer frequencies from the modulation input. There's no difference in that way. So yes, you can. Okay. What's the difference between Mindful Audio Player or other players or the cell phone? There's none. Don't buy it. You don't need to buy it. You honestly don't need to. We made it so that our Scalar Harmony can accept audio from just about any kind of audio device, just about anything. We don't want to make money from selling audio devices where you can buy them from eBay and Amazon and any other places, or you might already have something. And almost everyone's got a phone anyway. So why not use your phone? Well, you can. There's no reason why not. And this is how we did the very early testing of the Scalar Harmony, was by using our phone. We'd play play audio tracks from YouTube, or even play music, normal music, movies. There's no reason, there's no difference at all. Apart from, I guess, the fact that it's portable and convenient. It's got its built-in SD card, it's got built-in Bluetooth, so you can use this connected all the time and connect to Bluetooth from your phone, so you can play from your phone without having to connect it. It's just really the convenience of that. That's really a big thing. I've said this several times in the past. I make the world's worst salesperson, but I mean, you'll find out anyway when you receive it. Well, it's basically an audio player, but it's one that we've made to, for this purpose. So if you want something which can be used for just for simplicity's sake, just turn it on and then just leave it quietly playing on your pillow while you use your phone. I mean, or just it's just simplicity, okay? Yeah, there's no apart from that, there's no real difference at all. Okay. Okay. Metal springs insulating the cable with garden hose was endorsed by the facilitator. Okay. Mary is asking about the spring cord on the mattress again. It's a subject that won't go away. You can insulating the cable. Okay, Mary. The link cable is really the only thing that you've got to be very careful with Spooky Scalar when you set it up. If you have the link cable directly underneath the coil mattress and the coils are metallic, then you may have a problem. The link cable has got EMF passing through it. It's not the scalar field. So run the link cable around your bed, or if it's under, keep it maybe a foot away from your mattress. Then there's no problem. So you don't need to thread it through a hose. And yes, I have tried that. It's next to impossible. I had to go on the roof to try and drop it through the hose. And even then, the results weren't any different. You don't need to do that. Okay. Okay, the reverse aging program. Is it in the software? David, we don't have it on, I don't think we have it on the audio site, but there's no reason why not. So we don't have it in audio at the moment. I only have it as a Spooky2 program, which is a 1-by-1 program running. That's available within the Spooky2 software. You'll find it in the presets. I have that there. So if you search in the presets, you'll see all the frequencies. The frequencies since then have changed a little bit because I've since added berberine to the supplement. And berberine is one of those magical things, which is, again, fully 100% natural. It's one of those substances which all the side effects are all things that you want, like clearing your arteries and it's, you know, as well as making you live longer. It's nothing bad about berberine at all. Oh, there is one thing. I might give you the runs, okay? Just putting it out there, especially if you take more than 1,800 milligrams a day. But that subsides after a couple of days, and it's not vicious. And just leave it at that. It's not bad at all. Okay, Billy's asking what are they, I think Billy's asking about the 432 hertz. I think that is a question more related to the Spooky2 software, where if you go to the Spooky2 Facebook or forums, they discuss this in detail, the history behind the 432 hertz. And Melissa King is asking me a question. Have I ever thought about a standalone powerful zapper for people who have tapeworm, which you can't use a frequency for? Yes, we have. And the powerful standalone zapper has been in production for about a year now. This is our Microgen, a different product line that we have. Microgen is I haven't got one here. It's a standalone portable unit, about the same size as a normal zapper, but it's got capabilities way beyond a zapper, including more power. A zapper is normally up to about 30 volts, but this unit goes to 60 volts and other things as well. And there's things I'd love to mention as well, but I won't because I can't. And if I do, they'll fire me. But this is what I recommend for a powerful contact device to get rid of tapeworm. You want to use either a Spooky2 contact, and the generator is normally reasonably powerful, but to go up to 60 volts Microgen. Okay, and Karen saying goodbye. So goodbye, Karen. And Billy is saying tapering can be removed with wormwood powder. That is very good advice from Billy. I've always promoted supplements as well. It's something that we don't do and most probably would never do, but it's very wise and prudent to supplement electrotherapy with anything else you can. You want to attack problems from all sorts of angles. And using dichroious clay is also a very good way of doing it. If you use this, it just goes straight through your body and it cuts up any pathogens, any parasites that's in your intestines. It does it without any sort of harmful chemicals. It just passes straight through you. And does no harm to you, but it cuts up the intestines of the tapeworm. Can you run the scalar cable from above? Yes, you can. Just try. The ideal, Andrea, is to keep it away out of the scalar field. And the scalar field is like a Zeppelin shape. It goes up high. So it might be a little bit difficult, but I can't foresee any sort of problems with that. Some people do this. Okay, Jay is saying, sometimes chat is chat and not question. And maybe people can write questions or question if it is a question rather than a chat. Good point, Jay. Good point. A lot of the chats I'm sort of skipping for because they don't really contribute to the SEMA. The content of the SEMA has come and gone, so this is more filling in any of the gaps that people may have. For example, this next one after you, Jay, Tara is asking, is there any other benefit in adding DMSO to Scalar? Actually, there isn't, and I'll tell you why. DMSO is quite often used as a carrier, usually used, in fact, as a carrier for some of the substance, because it passes through semi-permeable membranes quite easily because its molecule size is so small. But this is what scalar fields do anyway. Scalar passes through our body. So you don't need that function of DMSO. If you're taking DMSO for some other purpose, then sure, you can use DMSO, put it in a glass vessel and put it inside the well here and place this on the receiver coil. How can milligrams of vitamins be determined? You can't, Tom, but the good thing about the scalar field is you can't overdose. The scalar field passes through your body. It does cherry pick what it wants, and that's what it doesn't need pass through it. Once your body has received enough of a vitamin, then it will ignore that information from there on in. And Tara says that she is a mycogen and is fantastic. Hey, you know, I'm sorry, I know it is fantastic. Not enough people realize, you know, for the first time ever, there's a portable device that can run all day up to 2 megahertz with 6 decimal place resolution, hold up to 1,000 frequencies. There's nothing I know that can do anything near what that mycogen can do. And you can, of course, load whatever programs you like on it through the Spooky2 or the dedicated mycogen software. So thank you for that comment. And thank you for your thanks, Andrea. Okay. Oh, this is the last one. Is cancer? That is okay. Billy, you're talking about a friend with lung cancer, so it's a specific question you're asking. Lung cancer doesn't really tell me what kind of cancer it is. It tells me where it is, but there's lots of different cancer types. The worst kind is the small cell lung cancer, which is extremely aggressive and usually, unfortunately, it's a one-way trip. If you have small cell lung cancer, there are things that you can do, but I'd recommend that you supplement frequency medicine with supplements as well. And there's a lot of things which I would recommend for that. So maybe you can contact us later and we can point you in the right direction. A lot of the people that are watching this SAMR will themselves have health conditions. The purpose of the SAMR isn't really to sort of do one-on-one with people, but more to sort of present, announce equipment, you know, that we're releasing. But we certainly don't want to turn away people that do have needs. We have a very good website for people that that help people like yourself, Billy. If you go to spooky2support.com, there you have got a search facility and you can search for health issues and see how other people have pulled themselves out of the swamp of sickness and follow their protocols. And also on Facebook and on the forum, there's, we've got groups of people there. In fact, everybody there that belong there are good and sharing knowledge. And that's what it's all about, sharing knowledge. And you cured your headaches with my Spooky2. Well, that's fantastic, buddy. That's great. That's great. We're only limited by our lack of knowledge. So if we gain more knowledge, then we can do more. And that's really what the focus is of our company, to give people the ability to heal themselves. It's become harder because we've had to close down some channels through various reasons, and I guess you all know what those reasons are. But we always try and do our best, okay? We're not a massive company, but we do pretty good for the size that we are. Okay, well, this pretty much concludes the SAMR. I hope that it's been beneficial. This accessory has been a long time in coming. It's because I wanted to do it right. Audio modulation of a scalar field is not easy to do consistently. There'd be early prototype of designs I'd create. It would work great in some situations and terrible in other situations. By terrible, I mean it just wouldn't work correctly. And so I'd have to put on my thinking cap and start thinking about other ways. And I'm fully aware of how other people have already existing ways of putting audio into a scalar field. But I've looked at those methods and I've even tried them, and they're not optimum. I'm satisfied that this is the best way to put an audio field information into a scalar field. And just as a bit of information, when you, in the video, it shows you tune a scalar and then you place this on top. You'll notice if you have the light on the receiver coil that indicates the strength of the scalar field being produced, it'll turn brighter when you put this on. I'll leave that with you, okay? This actually, in a way, amplifies passively the scalar field. So there we go. Of course, don't run Spooky2 scalar with that light on the receiver coil. Just use it for indication purposes, but if you don't believe me, try it. It'll be, if Spooky scalar is tuned correctly, that light can be extremely dim but lit, because of course to tune it you use the light that's on the transmitter coil. But if you do check with the receiver coil, quite often you've got to put your hand around it to make it dark so you can see the small glimmer of light that's on the LED. If you place this on the receiver coil, that light will become brighter. That is this enhancing the scalar field. So yeah, we are proud of this accessory. So thank you very much for participating, coming online, asking the questions, both using the Zoom chat and also via the live broadcast on Facebook. I enjoy these broadcasts. I do get a blast out of showcasing new things that are coming up. It really frustrates me, truth be known. I can't tell you more about what we're developing. I'd love to spill the beans on everything, because some of the things are extremely exciting, and I love to give people the hope. The reason I don't is purely this. It's not that I'll be fired. I don't think they'll fire me if I give away secrets. Maybe they will, but it's not the reason. The reason is this. In the past I have told you, pre-announced a month or even 2 months prior to something being released, and then I find that as a person, I'd be people do nasty things and make things just a little bit harder for me. Now, while we are developing, we've got to be laser focused on what we're doing, right? And make sure that that is 100% the best that we can do. If I am busy defending myself, I'll put it this way, it is attacks. If I'm defending myself from attacks, personal attacks and threats, it just makes things harder. Now, I don't really do social media a terrific lot at all, really, because I put so much time into developing, but I can't be distracted. And if I tell you about what's happening, there'll be one person that will be watching this video and think, oh, I don't like them doing that. I'll tell you another thing, it's usually some other supplier as well. They think to themselves, they are threatening my livelihood, I'm going to do something about it. So they do this and that and that, and it just becomes terrible. But if we develop something and then it's out there, it's released, there's nothing they can do to stop it. And I don't want anyone to stop what we're doing. I want to keep on growing, keep on developing, keep on passing all we can, all the goodness to you. Some of the things that we sell, sometimes people use them for purposes that the equipment was not designed for, and good on them. This is we want to help as many people as possible, and sometimes through creativity, people discover something important, and then we can include that in instructions manuals or manuals that are online or videos. Okay, Yura tells me that. There's been a few other questions that have come through, pertinent questions. The time frame for the next update. This is the new machine that we're almost releasing. I'd say about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. There were I's dotted and T's crossed and everything. It's had to have the Spooky2 software modified so I can accept it. There's several details which will really amaze you, and it's really a world first, but about 2 weeks from now. If you get the music box, which is the this one here, music box, will it work standalone? Yes. Power, oops, aside, power on, and then it will just start straight away. Yeah, it's standalone. Yeah. So that's standalone. Okay. The health-related topics on spooky2support.com have all been deleted. This is due to an attack on us by someone that didn't want us to succeed. Or so we have had to remove health-related topics. So if you do have health-related questions, go to the Spooky2 forum and ask there, because the forum we have full control over. They can't close us down on the forum. I'm sorry that's come to this. It's just the nature of the beast due to the pandemic and the power struggle that's taking place at the moment. It's just happened. It's not what we want. We want where people can search for condition, find the solution, and then apply those programs or supplements or do whatever is needed. Unfortunately, it's not the way it's going, but we can't do anything about it. Is it your birthday, Jay? Okay, everybody, I'm pulling the plug. My throat's failing me. Thank you for participating again. Laura's told me there's no censorship on Telegram. I don't know how Telegram works, whether we can have like the equivalent of a website, like a, what did they call it? A suppository of information. Is that the right word? It doesn't sound right. I'm sure it's not suppository, but okay. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see whether we can find some other way of setting up the equivalent of a website to show information. We do have to be very careful because us as a company can't say some things. So yeah, it's a sad world where people can't give each other advice. It is sad, isn't it? Repository. I knew, Christine, I knew it was wrong. I knew suppositories were something else which you do stuff. Yeah, just didn't. Repository, thank you. So we need to have some place where you can have a repository of information, not a suppository, guys. And have a search facility. So a poor friend earlier with the lung cancer, he can search for lung cancer, get a list of the different kinds of lung cancer, click on one, and then get all the things that other people have found helped them. And it doesn't have to be anything to do with spooky or scalar or anything. We just want the word out there. the good news is that Spooky2 does have a lot of solutions. We just can't promote them the way that we'd like to. So, on that note, pun intended. Bye-bye. Oh, and thanks for the notes about the wrinkles. But I'm not wrinkly. Honestly, I'm not a wrinkly person. But I think that is because of the equipment that we have and running my program continuously 24/7 to halt aging. Yeah, I want to be a great grandfather one day. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah. That's my life's goal, or one of them. A big one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Well, that's it. And it was a good one. It was good. Yeah. A bit tiring. It was a bit of an early start for me, and I haven't had my breakfast yet. It was so thoughtful giving me a packet. It might be sticky rice, but it's jelly. I can see through it. I wonder if it's got a healing frequency imprinted. Wasn't it good now, you know, with imprinting, instead of imprinting frequencies into water, you can imprint Ho'oponopono into water. Up until a few microseconds ago, I never really realized the significance of that. Of all the tracks that are on Mindful Audio, the Ho'oponopono is the most important one. I'll send it to you now. What number was it? Was it 5? Let's see if it's 5. Yeah, this one. This, even playing this to people that don't know what it is will change their lives. It takes a while to get started because it's not like a. I'll see if I can fast forward it. Oh, just right there. And it's sung, if I'm not wrong, it's sung by Yang Lin Lamo, the Grammy Award winner. I'll fast forward a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh no, it's a guy, it's two. So this is the most important track in my opinion, number 5. So playing this through Scalar and having water on the receiving coil, on the transmitting coil, that will put Ho'opono into the water, and then you drink the water. Wow! How cool is that? I never really thought about it. I was thinking about other things, but I didn't realise Ho'oponopono. And I do implore you to watch the Ho'opono Sama. I think we've published it now. If not, we've been sitting on our hands. But that would have been episode 167, where we have lovely Martha to teach us. Yeah, that was a good Sama, that one. Yeah, wow. Okay, well, I'm going to pull the plug. Thanks again for watching. Please, seriously, we all know the world isn't necessarily a beautiful place, but we can make it beautiful by passing the love forwards to people that we know and love, for people we don't know and love. When you think about it, the cost of hatred is war, physical harm, disease, silly things like lack of sleep, worry, stress, all these things. This is the cost of hatred. But what does it cost for love? It's free. What do you get? All the positives: healing, peace, tranquility, respect, friendship, all these things. If it costs more to do hatred, why do we do it? Why do we have wars? You know, that's unbelievable. Greed. So the world isn't necessarily a beautiful place, but we can make it beautiful. And the more people that join the drive to make the world a better place, the better. There are, it's hard. It's becoming harder. But we can't let little obstacles get in the way. So keep on passing the love forwards. If you're the sole person willing to ooze love in a toxic environment, ooze it. Let it go out. Be the shining light. Let's have one light. Yeah. And goodness will slowly disperse. Yeah. Take care, everybody. Keep on oozing the love. And I'll catch you in the next summit where I announce this thing which I'm not allowed to say anything about. Sorry. I want to keep my employment. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.